Yo guys, Chris here, new Spirit Gamer. Welcome back to more Star Trek Online. Yeah, it's story time. So I know I said I would get this particular episode out the day after Rise of the Discovery had released, and I wasn't able to keep that because I ended up getting called into work that day. And I've been working almost nonstop ever since. So I've had no time to work on videos at all. And yeah, today I do work, but I don't have to go in for a little bit. So I'm able to get this one episode out. And unfortunately, this is going to be a bit of a long one because the Rise of Discovery episodes are actually pretty decently long. In fact, I think the episodes are getting even longer as time goes on. So, yeah. Why am I also in my bridge? Well, that's just happened. I was at Rosanna Station, and Rosanna Station is a big, I guess hub for special items, and we won't be getting into the Rosanna Station section for a little bit on the main side for Stu, so I decided to stay here on my bridge. So I apologize again for not having the videos out when I needed to. I'll try to have a little bit more foresight in the future into when I can get these things out. But anyway, so the first episode of Rise of Discovery is there we go. Illumination. There we go. Possibility of the Possible. I played these two. Plausibility of the Possible and Plausibility of Reason are the two episodes we'll be attacking. Not both of them in this episode, but we will be attacking them in two episodes because they are very long, and the video would go on for absolutely forever if I were to just do them all at once. So anyway, let's start with Plausibility of the Plausible.
Starfleet Command has commissioned another historical tactical simulation, and they'd like you to evaluate it as soon as possible. Ja'ula and her agents were a force to be reckoned with during the war, and were a direct influence on a number of critical events that took place then. This simulation will put you in the midst of one such event. I look forward to seeing your results.
Alright, so again, I've already done this, but we get some okay equipment for this. So let's get started. So we need to head to the Priors system. I'll meet you there because I don't want to show you Rosanna Station whatsoever. So I'll meet you there. Now entering the Priors system. We picked up extra supplies at the last starbase for delivery here. The Shinano and Cicada are expecting us. We should probably deliver supplies to the Shimano first since she's closer. Okay. Now as...
This is the USS Cicada. Switch to frequency 228.7 to adjust for ion storm interference.
This is the Shinano. Advise keeping shields up. Cloaked Klingon vessels are still testing our defenses. Our supplies were low after retaking Prior's world. One more assault and we would have been at critical levels in several key resources. I expect the Cicada is waiting for supplies too. I hope you have what they need.
We have a bunch of hardware for them. We're heading to them now. Alright, so as with the last special episode, I'm using my Federation main for this because it's better than Stu, and I don't think Stu can do these.
Engineering has confirmed that all expected hardware has been delivered. Thank you. We shall begin repairs at once. Our computer systems have received significant damage from Klingon assaults. I believe the Baran is waiting for you to report in, so I will keep you no longer.
Yeah, like I said, I'm using my main because I don't think Lieutenant Stu can do these missions quite yet. I think I have to be commander at least in order to do them. And it would just be easier and much better if I just use my main anyway. Well, not really easier. It's better, and that's one.
This is Commander Ellen Landry of the USS Baran. Welcome to Prior's World. The captain has requested that you transport over to the Baran to speak in person. Truth be told, we're not certain our hailing frequencies are completely secure. It's a long story. Let's just say the Klingons had a few tricks up their sleeve during battle.
It would be wise to bring a medic, but in this case, I don't think it's necessary, so I will go with that one.
Nice to finally meet you face to face. I'm Captain Gabriel Lorca. Welcome to the Baran. This is my first officer, Commander Ellen Landry.
Sorry to hear about Captain Schaefer. He was one of our best.
Agreed. A damn fine captain. Though from what we've heard about what happened at Corvan, his ship's in good hands. Ah, and my somewhat tardy Chief of Security, Amna Patel.
Apologies, Captain. Welcome aboard. We appreciate the assistance.
Engineering's this way, if you'll follow me.
What took you so long?
You try booking a reception hall during prime wedding season. I'm lucky to be alive.
My warrior. Braver than 100 Klingons.
Kapla!
We better catch up.
Before the captain throws us in the brig with the Klingons.
We've been mopping up here after our scrap with the Klingons.
The Klingons did not surrender Pryor's world lightly.
Cleaning up the planet-based missile launchers was satisfying. The Baran is currently holding some Klingon prisoners of war.
Prisoners we planned to deliver to a secure location before we ran into a snag. Lieutenant Kerwin, I have someone I'd like you to meet.
Welcome aboard. Thanks for lending us a hand. Mind taking a look at something here? I'm analyzing some issues with the Baran's critical systems, and a fresh perspective might shed some light. Somehow the Klingons infected our computer systems with a particularly nasty virus during the battle. Another House Mokai trick by the looks of it. It's in several key systems: sensors, shields, weapons. Right now, we can't rely on any of those remaining at operational status. If they come back for a rematch, we could wind up blind and defenseless. Excellent. We collected a lot of sensor data on their cloaking operations during the fight. It could give us an edge in future battles, but that's only if we have reliable sensors, which we currently do not. Hopefully, that's about to change.
Alright, so we need to scrub the sensors. The console's up here on this little platform up here. I'll keep quiet because there's still some more dialogue in between, so it'll come up.
Okay, looks like the virus is out of the sensors. Let's turn them on.
Also, as a side note, pay attention to Landry and Patel. Their relationship is sure to flourish in this couple of missions. Oh, also, fun fact. Something I did not know you could do with these little mini games is you can use the arrow keys to move it. For many years, I used the one in the window. I'm like, when I found that, I was like, are you kidding me? I could just use my arrow keys and make it so much easier on myself all these years. In my defense, the game does not tell you that you can use your arrow keys instead. It looks obvious that you're not able to. And I say looks because looks aren't everything, apparently. Complete bypass. There we go.
Wait, what? The virus came back when the sensors came up. Let's try again.
Tweak that firewall. It's amazing that even in the 25th century, well, in this case 23rd century, they still use firewalls. You know, Deutronic circuitry and everything. You thought they would think of something better, don't you think? I don't even think that was matched at all. Fight the virus! Fight it!
What the? We just lost port deflectors.
Bridge to Captain. Klingon vessels decloaking.
Lorca to bridge. I'm on my way.
Captain, internal sensors show multiple Klingon transporter signals in your vicinity.
All hands, repel boarders.
So I got some fighting to do. But yeah, I never knew for so many years that you could just use your arrow keys. I thought I was so stupid for thinking that, because I used to do quite a bit of dilithium mining back in the day. I don't do it much because there's not a whole lot you can do with dilithium. At least I personally do with dilithium mining nowadays. But now that I know that, I think it's gonna be a whole lot easier, especially considering.
Lorca to bridge. We need those shields back. Do what you can to keep our port side away from the Klingons. Kerwin, I want you to head up there and give them a hand with the shields. Lorca to bridge. We need those shields back. No, I think it's time we went on the offensive. Landry, Patel, lead the way.
Chief, get us to the armor.
I'm sorry about that. I actually didn't mean to skip that. I thought it was a repeating dialogue again.
Captain to sickbay. We have wounded on deck 17.
So yeah, sorry. I was distracted.
On our way, Captain.
Take one of these phaser rifles. We just finished modifications on them from data we gathered during the Pryor's World fighting. The Klingons are in for a little surprise.
Bridge to Captain. The Klingons hit the brig and released their buddies. Looks like they're heading toward the shuttle bay. They're gonna make a break for it, sir.
Lorca to bridge. Acknowledged. We're en route. Tepev, Landry, Patel, take the lead. Everyone else, you're with me. Let's move.
Alright, so we can get a rifle if we want. I already got one at the first time I did this mission, so it's not making me do it again. But one thing I would like to mention is, geez, Lorca looks awesome. Like, I haven't personally watched the Discovery show on CBS quite yet, even though I kind of want to. I just don't want to. I have too many other things going on that prevents me from being able to watch it. So any Discovery experiences I've been having have been in the game in Star Trek Online. But if I were to take a wild guess, I would say Lorca looks pretty faithful.
Ellen! Can you hear me? Ellen!
Cover me. Patel, give me a hand with this.
There's no time. Captain, you need to go.
That's not how we operate, Commander. We don't leave people behind. It's clear. Help her.
Thought I lost you there.
Fortunately, the captain had other ideas.
Nice shot back there. Glad you had our backs.
We need to move. Can you stand?
No, I'll manage. It's not as bad as it looks.
Alright, I forgot what I was saying already because the cutscenes in this game are getting so much better. It's like, alright, so when the cutscenes were first introduced, like, they were basic. They weren't very good. You know, it was really cool seeing your own character, your own persona, as it were, if you really went down that route. Some people do. Seeing it in your cutscenes was mind-blowing to me, at the very least. I mean, it wasn't far from Star Trek Online was not far from the first game to do it. I mean, plenty of games have done that before, even at the beginning of like the 6th generation of consoles. But Star Trek Online hit kind of a bit of a different home for me when it came to that kind of stuff.
It's even in the door systems. I'll handle this. Bam! Got it!
So, seeing the cutscenes get this much better is just, it's incredible. I love them. And as well, Lorca. Lorca looks very, very good. Like, oh, shoot. Grenade. Get out of the way. Oh, someone killed him already. Alright. But Lorca looks very good. Like, the Cryptic engine is getting so much better. If you're wondering, that's what the Cryptic makes is designed on, the Cryptic engine. Oh shoot, the servers might still be a little laggy. So, yeah. Cleaning up the door, or whatever.
Lorca to bridge. The prisoners are secure. Give me a status report.
Sir, the Klingon vessels just went under cloak.
They'll be back. Count on it.
We need to get the Klingon prisoners secured. Unfortunately, our holding facilities here are compromised. Under the circumstances, I think we'll need to transfer the prisoners to your ship. I think you'll agree we can't risk dropping our shields to use the transporters. You'll have to take a shuttle. It's a little old-fashioned, but if the Klingons are here to rescue their people, they won't risk firing on you. Your ship, on the other hand, will be a target. Be ready for anything. All right, these Klingons wanted a ride in a shuttle. Load them up.
My team will handle the prison transfer to your vessel. I'll have our security chief contact yours to sort out the details. Excellent. Are you ready to finish boarding procedures and head out?
Good. You made it. Afraid I have some bad news. We're picking up some photon decay heading our way. My people believe it's coming from cloaked Klingon vessels, and I'm inclined to agree. Get ready for a fight.
So we got a bit of a fight on our hands, so I got some different weapons from when we've seen from the last special episode. And the camera is not cooperating with me. Thank you. These are interesting weapons. What are they called again? Just a phaser array. Well, it's kind of like a 23rd century discovery phaser array. The old weapons were for 23rd century Kelvin timeline phaser arrays, and they were good. They weren't particularly the most accurate thing ever. They certainly could have been more accurate, but they were also pretty powerful, pretty hard hitting. And these ones, not so much. I have beefed them up a little bit with a bunch of phaser. I forget what the consoles are, but they're basically consoles that increase the power of phaser type power types. So it will be each hit will do quite a bit of damage, thankfully. Even though right now it's not looking too powerful right now. I'm getting away way major from the scuffle back there behind us. I'll just go down so I can get back to the other guys. Come on, there we go. That lockbox, I think I'll take that one. Section 31. Yeah, there's a new lockbox out right now called the Section 31 lockbox. Say what you will about lockboxes. I know people hate them. I don't like them either. Although I don't like them when they're in a game where you're paying full fucking price, $60, and all you have suddenly you have to pay more money in lockboxes.
All ships circle the wagon.
Just to, get special stuff. I'm fine with lockboxes in games where you're playing for free. Star Trek Online is a free-to-play game, and lockboxes are basically their only way of monetizing the game so they can continue to develop it. Like, some games like Star Trek Online are immensely fun. I love Star Trek Online, although some people may disagree. But how the hell they're supposed to fund the game if there's no way to do it? And lockboxes are one of the most lucrative ways of doing it. So that's kind of my opinion. I kind of a side opinion about my opinion of lockboxes. I'm okay with them, just as long as they're not in a game where you're paying full price basically full price first just to play the game. That's kind of my opinion on them. But so as back on kind of topic, there is a new lockbox, Section 31. A couple new ships, one for Federation, one for Klingons. Although, which is interesting, something I just realized, and Baran's taking critical damage. The Romulan Republic seems to have been slashed to the sideline as of late, because I'm not quite sure why. It's like a lot of the most recent story arcs have been focused on alternate timeline Klingons and not Romulans. So it would make sense in that kind of respect as to why you can't, the Romulans have been pushed to the sideline, because the Romulan Republic is actually half decent in terms of their abilities. The Singularity Drive bridge officer abilities are actually pretty cool. I like how some of them work. But it's just that they've been pushed to the sideline as of late, and it's just, I like to see them return back into the story arc eventually. Some may argue well, they're probably still pretty busy rebuilding Romulus on New Romulus. Well, that still doesn't give them, the right to have the sideline entirely. It's just I kind of like to see them come back, But anyway, I'm gonna cut away to when the next cutscene happens, because there is a cutscene coming up relatively soon.
Nice work, Captain. Looks like the Klingons aren't finished with us at Pryor's World. Glad you were in the neighborhood. Things could have gone pear-shaped if you weren't. I'm sure that'll look good in your after-action report. Might put a little dent in my sterling reputation, but I'll manage. That said, we're not out of the woods just yet. I'll let my first officer fill you in on the details.
This is Landry. As you've seen, the Baran is needed here at Pryor's World. And her brig is no longer secure. I'm afraid your ship is going to have to facilitate this prison transfer. The destination is classified, I'm afraid. I have the coordinates in a secure device, which, with your permission, I'll bring aboard with my team.
I don't disagree, Captain, but we're at war. Things have a tendency to get irregular in situations like this. Some of our prisoners are high-ranking members of the House Bokai. The secrets they know are important to the Klingons, even more so to Starfleet. We need to get them into a high-security facility as soon as we can. I'd like to send Commander Landry and a team with you to assist on this. Call it a joint effort. But it's still your ship and your command. Agreed? Oh, and one last thing. Landry's on loan. She's a damn fine officer and one of a kind. I do expect her back intact as soon as you're done, Captain. The shuttle, on the other hand, you can keep. We got plenty of those.
All right, warp to the Mendels.
My team is on board, Captain. With your permission, I'll take the helm for this trip. I know the way, after all.